This is the VITURE Pro 2 and Mobile Dock Mini. It's an extremely compact, big screen Nintendo Switch 2 setup that you can easily toss in your bag. If you've never used XR glasses before, the best way that I can describe them is like taking a projector with you anywhere that you go. The new Pro 2 are the direct successor to the original VITURE Pro. They're the first pair of VITURE glasses that I ever tried and the pair that really put the brand on the map. The new Pro 2 are cheaper at $299, they're thinner, they're brighter, and they're powered by VITURE's new UltraClarity 3.0 display system. They also keep one of my favorite features from the original glasses, the built-in Myopia Adjustment dials. This makes them incredibly flexible to use. If your vision falls within the supported range, you may be able to use the glasses without contacts or a separate prescription. Throughout this tutorial, my goal is to share with you everything that you need to know about the new Pro 2 here and the Mobile Dock Mini, which sits right on the back of your Switch 2. I'm going to talk about how it all works, how quickly the setup comes together, how comfortable the glasses are, how games feel on such a large screen, how the Mobile Dock Mini compares with the larger Pro Mobile Dock, and so much more. Most importantly, I just want to share with you guys how awesome this little compact system is, especially for travel. So let's kick things off with a closer look at the design of the glasses themselves. If you've used the original VITURE Pro before, the Pro 2 are going to feel immediately familiar. VITURE refined the design here in several meaningful ways. The frame is slimmer, the overall profile looks cleaner, and this is the thinnest pair of glasses VITURE has released so far. They also weigh in at just 63 grams, which is roughly the weight of a deck of playing cards. That is impressively light considering the displays, speakers, and other electronics built inside here. Button-wise, there is a single multi-function button on the left arm that lets you switch between brightness, volume, and picture controls, as well as up and down keys to adjust each of those. Everything is super easy to use and access while you're wearing them. The Pro 2 also moves from a magnetic cable to a more secure USB-C connection. In the box, you're going to find 3 nosepad options that can adjust 7 different ways for ultimate comfort. Finding the right fit is incredibly important for both comfort and image clarity. If the glasses sit too high or too low, the picture quality may appear blurry or slightly cut off around the edges, so it is worth spending a few extra minutes getting everything properly aligned. You also get a removable lens shade in the box. Since the Pro 2 do not have electrochromatic dimming like the VITURE Beast, you will need to attach the lens shade whenever you want to block out more of your surroundings and create a more immersive viewing experience. The biggest upgrade here, I would say, is VITURE's new UltraClarity 3.0 display system. A lot of XR glasses look sharp in the center, but they begin to lose clarity around the edges. This makes maps, subtitles, health bars, and menu text harder to read. On the Pro 2, smaller text remains clear as you look towards the corners. Straight lines also stay straight without noticeable bending or distortion. The 50-degree field of view gives you a large display without making it difficult to take in the entire image. The increased 1600 nits of brightness also helps the picture remain vivid even in brighter spaces. It's not going to overpower direct sunlight or anything like that, but near a window or a strong indoor lighting system, the display is still going to be super easy to see, especially with the lens shade on. The extra brightness is great, but the improved edge clarity is probably the most meaningful upgrade for gaming because the entire screen across the board feels more consistent. Another one of the biggest features here is that the Myopia Adjustment dials return above each lens. This allows you to independently adjust the focus from 0 down to -5 diopters. If your vision falls within that range, you may be able to use these glasses without contacts or separate prescription inserts. This alone offers a ton of flexibility compared to others in the lineup. Simply adjust each eye until the display looks sharp enough. Although it's not going to accommodate every prescription, the system is SGS certified as a display focusing feature. Now let's move over to the other half of the setup, the Mobile Dock Mini. The Mobile Dock Mini consists of of a 10,000 milliamp hour battery module, which also functions as a USB-C power bank, and there's also a smaller adapter module with clearly labeled console, glasses, and charge ports. Its magnetic mounting plate is as thin as a credit card, and it sits almost completely flat against the back of the Switch 2. Instead of carrying the dock around separately, it can become part of your entire setup. Compared to the Pro mobile dock, the size difference is quite significant. VITURE says that the Mini is approximately 30% lighter than the Pro mobile dock. On my scale, the dock Mini weighs 10 ounces compared with around 13 ounces for the larger model. This makes quite a noticeable difference once it's attached or packed inside a bag. Installing that magnetic mount on the back of your Switch 2 is very straightforward. You can either mount it onto the console itself or on a case like I did here. Just remove the backing, align it to the back of your console, and then the battery module snaps securely into place. It feels incredibly stable and locked in during normal use, but it is still a magnetic connection rather than a physical lock, so I would always hold the Switch 2 by the console itself instead of carrying everything by the battery. The good news here is that you can leave the mounting plate installed. The Switch 2 still fits inside Nintendo's official dock with the mount attached. This makes it easy to switch between this portable setup and your TV setup at home. Now, let's connect everything from start to finish so you guys can see how that all comes together. First, you snap the battery module onto the mounting plate, connect the adapter module, plug the Switch 2 into the console port, and then connect the Pro 2 glasses to the glasses port. The glasses automatically power on, the Switch 2 begins outputting video, and your game appears on the big screen. The battery is necessary because the Switch and the Switch 2 need external power before they can output video. VITURE calls this complete configuration hug mode because the battery and the adapter sit directly against the back of the console. Everything stays together as one portable unit. There's no separate dock, there's no loose battery or complicated chain of adapters. Once everything is connected, the Switch 2 works exactly how it would if it were docked to a TV or a projector. The built-in screen is replaced by this massive floating display that floats in front of you. Splatoon Raiders was probably my favorite showcase for the Pro 2 because of how vibrant everything looks. The newer, brighter display really makes those ink colors, detailed environments, and fast-moving effects pop. The improved edge clarity also keeps the interface and action around the screen easy to see. Other games benefit in different ways. For example, Donkey Kong Bonanza feels larger and more cinematic. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth shows off how clearly the glasses handle menus and subtitles, and Mario Kart World feels faster and more immersive on a bigger screen. Even something more relaxed like Pocopia or the colorful Yoshi and the Mysterious Book feels easier to settle into. Whether it was Splatoon's vibrancy, Donkey Kong's scale, or Final Fantasy's finer details, the Pro 2 consistently made Switch 2 games feel much bigger than traditional handheld play. The mobile dock Mini has a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, but eventually you're gonna need to recharge it. The good news is that you do not have to stop playing when that happens. Connecting a compatible charger to the dedicated charge port lets the mobile dock Mini and Switch 2 receive power while your game continues to run. That is especially useful at a desk, in a hotel, or even on a plane with access to seat power. During my testing, I got around an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of extra playtime with the glasses and the battery. Of course, results are going to vary depending on the game and power demands, but this should provide you with a more realistic expectation than just mentioning battery capacity. As mentioned earlier, this complete battery and adapter configuration used with the Switch 2 is called hug mode. The Switch consoles need external power to output video, so both modules are required for this setup. Solo mode uses only the smaller adapter module. This is designed for devices that can power themselves and output video over USB-C. This includes phones, tablets, laptops, and gaming handhelds. Both hug mode and solo mode support the iOS Spacewalker app, so you're gonna get features like 3 degrees of freedom mode, ultra wide mode, and many different 3D experiences. You also have the option to simply connect the glasses themselves to a Steam Deck or another device that supports USB-C video output. This includes compatible Android phones and iPhone 15s and newer. Many of these devices can power the glasses themselves directly, so there's no need for any module. The Pro 2 can become a large display for my Switch 2, my iPhone, my Mac, my iPad, all without requiring me to pack a separate portable monitor for everything. Now, the mobile dock Mini does not necessarily replace VITURE's larger Pro mobile dock. Each one serves a different purpose. The dock Mini is lighter, it attaches directly to the Switch 2, and it's better suited for solo gaming and traveling. The Pro mobile dock, on the other hand, is a better fit for multiplayer, longer gaming, and setups that require additional ports. It's also larger and has a higher battery capacity capacity. I like to think of the Pro Mobile Dock as a portable gaming hub, while the Mobile Dock Mini is the more convenient option when I want to attach everything directly to my console. As with anything, a great product, especially glasses like these, they do not mean much if they become uncomfortable after 30 minutes or so I put them to the ultimate test. I wore the Pro 2 for about 3 hours of continuous video editing. Actually, I was editing this video in particular. Compared to others, it's immediately clear that the lighter design helps. However, choosing the correct nose pad and the temple angle is just as important. These adjustments change how the weight is distributed and how well your eyes align with the displays. It only took me a few minutes to find the combination that worked best for me, and the glasses remain just as comfortable. Comfort is always going to depend on your face shape and your sensitivity to pressure, but the lighter frame and the additional fit options definitely make the Pro 2 well suited for longer gaming. As far as limitations go, there are a few to keep in mind here. As mentioned earlier in this video, the Pro 2 does not have electrochromatic dimming, so in order to dim your surroundings, you do need to physically attach the included lens shade when you want to block out more of the world around you. It also does not include the Harman-tuned audio found in VITURE's Luma line, although the built-in speakers here still work well for everyday gaming. Also, the Mobile Dock Mini's magnetic connection does not physically lock into place, so I would avoid swinging or shaking your console. You're always going to want to hold the Switch 2 by the console itself and never the battery. Finally, the Mobile Dock Mini is primarily designed for solo play. I've mentioned this multiple times throughout this video. Anyone who regularly needs multiplayer support, additional ports, or a larger home base setup, they're going to be better served by the Pro Mobile Dock. At the end of the day, the VITURE Pro 2 and the Mobile Dock Mini turn your Switch 2 into a big screen gaming beast that you can literally and easily take with you anywhere that you go. The Mobile Dock Mini provides the external power that your Switch 2 needs and keeps everything neatly organized together, while the Pro 2 is what makes this experience worth coming back to. The improved edge clarity makes menus and small text easier to read, the 1600 nits of brightness looks great in all kinds of environments, and the built-in Myopia Adjustment knobs remain one of VITURE's most useful features. Rather than completely reinventing the original Pro, VITURE refined what already worked best. The classic XR glasses are now thinner, they're brighter, and they're designed specifically to create a convenient portable Switch 2 setup. I think this combination makes a lot of sense for solo players, frequent travelers, anyone who shares a television, or anyone who wants to have a massive private screen with them anywhere that they go and don't want to carry around a portable monitor. This right here is the portable monitor. I'm going to leave links and additional product information in the description box down below, as well as a pinned comment. Let me know which Switch 2 game you would play first on the Pro 2 and whether you would choose the compact Mobile Dock Mini or the larger Pro Mobile Dock. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Switch 2 videos coming your way soon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!